The Kiev 60 is a medium format SLR film system camera manufactured by Arcel factory in Kiev, Ukraine, formerly USSR, and produced between 1984 to 1999. And as we all know, Kiev 60 is actually inspired by the Pentagon 6 of the East German camera, but contrary to widespread claims, it is not strictly accurate to call it a Soviet Union copy. It has been very substantially redesigned. Well, nothing special about this camera. It's clumsy, you have the frame spacing problem, no mirror lockup, noisy, nothing special. But once you're used to it, you're going to love this camera.
Hello, how are you there, YouTubers? Today we will be discussing this one of these medium format cameras that was built in Russia, particularly Ukraine, Kiev. This is called the Kiev 60. It is a medium format that caters for this 120 film. This is a 6x6 camera, and this is one of those cheap medium format cameras that you can afford nowadays. Well, the predecessor of this one is the Kiev 6C or 6S in Cyrillic. It can accommodate 120 film and 220 film. So meaning if you're using the 220 film, there are actually 24 exposures, and for the 120 you will only have 12 exposures. These cameras are quite heavy, of course. This one is built like a tank, but one of the issues that are being thrown to this camera is the frame spacing, whereby some of the frames would somehow overlap each other, not because of the fact that this camera is defective, but somehow because during the time that this one was being used by the Russians in the 70s, the Russians had this 120 film is quite thicker compared to the films available right now, so therefore the spacing is different compared to the time that is being used by the Russians.
And of course, this lens, this Carl size Sienna 50mm f4 is a wide angle lens that is actually used by the Pentagon 6 East German medium format camera. And although the bayonet of this one is just the same with the Pentagon 6, so we can remove this by simply turning this collar counterclockwise, okay? And then you just simply pull the lens, and so this pin should always be placed right here. So by placing this one, you have to align this here, so you can attach it and turn the collar clockwise for you to lock it in place, okay? So you have to remember that this Kiev 60 is a single lens reflex camera, meaning there is a mirror that will reflect the image going to the Prism Finder. Try to remember that the mirror right here is on the opposition, so you cannot, if you're going to look on the viewfinder, you cannot see the image, so therefore you need to cock the shutter, okay? I will cock this one and you will see the mirror will go down, okay? So in that position, you can now view the image Prism Finder through the lens, okay? Now, whenever you will release the shutter right here, you will see that this one will not return to that position. Okay, I'll release the shutter. There you go. That is to eliminate possible vibration whenever you're in a lower speed. And so on the top of the camera, you have here the speed dial for you to select whatever speed you intend to use. However, one of the things that you need to remember whenever you're using the these Russian-made cameras, you need to cock the shutter first before you can possibly select the speed you intend to use. Otherwise, you will be ruining the camera. This is the Prism Finder, although there is an available accessory for this one, is the waist level finder. But this is a TTL, through the lens metering, so there's a lock on the left side of the camera. If you want to remove the Prism Finder, you have to turn this clockwise and then align it to the red dot in the body, so they can now be removed, okay? So this one is metering for the camera. So you have to use 1.5 batteries. Right? The metering is no longer accurate. No? However, I don't really use this one because I prefer to use the available light meter on the apps, no? Cell phone. They are, for me, I've been using them and they are 99% accurate. When the film back, just simply push this latch right here, and the film back will automatically open. There you go. So this will accommodate now the 120 film. This is a dummy film for just demonstrate how this film is to be loaded right here. So there is a latch on the bottom. Actually, you can just simply pull it, the entire latch, and then turn it counterclockwise, and then align this slot right here. Aligned. Once it is aligned, just simply turn this clockwise, and then the entire latch must be flush to the bottom portion of the camera. So just simply pull this leading edge. Okay, so insert it in the slot on the take-up spool. Okay, once it is inserted, you can either cock it or just simply rotate it using this the bottom portion of the take-up spool. Simply apply pressure here so that whenever you're turning this take-up spool, there will be no unnecessary space that will be left in between these papers. Okay, so this is the arrow to be aligned here in the dot, red dot. But in my case, since we are having some issues as far as spacing is concerned, so you need to advance a bit, about 1 inch, this arrow somewhere right here, and then one is right there. Close it, okay, and then that is your meaning you have to advance this about a couple of times. Okay, okay, now you're in the first frame, ready now to use the camera for taking some pictures. Lenses that are available for this Kiev 60, you can have the Vega, the Volna, or the RSAT. These are also good lenses, particularly the Vega 80mm f2.8. If you're new to medium format camera, this Kiev 60 is not the best camera for you. You can probably use some other medium formats available in the market. However, if you're already accustomed to using medium format cameras, this Kiev 60 is one of those cameras that you'll enjoy using because of its very easy to use, as if you're just using a 35mm camera with this ergonomics. And of course, just be mindful of some issues that are attached to this camera. But at the end of the day, you'll enjoy using this one. I've used this several times. I in fact already shot 2 rolls in this camera, and I enjoyed using this because of the quality pictures that it will give. Particularly the Volna 80mm f2.8 is a good performer actually. The quality of the pictures it can produce is pretty outstanding, with great details and great contrast as well. Thank you very much again for watching this video, and I hope you have learned something about this presentation. If I have missed something, you can write your comment below, and please inform us of some details that we have missed, that everybody can also be informed. And of course, don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and you can also share this video.